And I'm going to put this on pause. Alright, we talked about domain and range. I want you to be able to read a graph like this as far as the domain and range, so let's do that. And the way that you do that is you treat your eyes like a highlighter, and you take a highlighter and you do a straight line. And we'll do it. I can't do it. No, I guess I can't. Okay. Okay. Domain is green. So where does which way do we read? So you start on the left. Where are we going to start? At negative what? Negative 5. And we go across until we stop where? 4. There's your domain. Negative 5 to positive 4. Range, we'll do it in red. From negative 3, or sorry, negative 2 to what? 5. It goes up to 5 and then comes back down. You got to go to your max. Yeah.
I got you.
Okay. Yep, you're right. There you go again. I started at negative 3. I don't know why I didn't. Thanks a lot, Vanna. All right, so negative 3 to 5 is your range. Negative 5 to positive 4 is your domain. And that is how you read a graph as far as domain and range. Simple as that. That's it. Don't reinvent what? Don't reinvent the what? Wheel. Don't make it harder. Okay? It's your parents' fault if you didn't know that. Well, good. Oh my, look what they're doing. I wonder where they got that from. I'm just kidding. Now, when you have arrows, what does that mean? It keeps going and going and going and going. So the domain here would be negative infinity to positive infinity. That's your domain. Range would be 1 to what? Infinity. You will see a lot of these on your homework, and you will see a lot of them on the test. 1, because they're easy, and 2, because when you get to Math 110, you need to be able to see a graph and be able to find the domain and range without even thinking about it. Okay? So make sure you do plenty of these. Or you could not do any and be a disappointment. I think we just did that one. Okay, I want to get into parent graphs. That's what they're fixing to get into. Restrictions of domain. There are no restrictions unless you have a what? A fraction or a what? Radical. Is this one going to be restricted? Yes. Is this one going to be restricted? No. And we're going to get into that in 7.3. 7.3 really does 7.2 and 7.3s together. All 7.2 is doing is telling you what domain and range is, and we've already discussed that. Okay, 7.3 is what I want to get into today. Say again? Don't yawn. You're not allowed to yawn in class. Graphs of functions. Now what we're going to do is I want you to get out a sheet of paper and a straight edge, and you can use graph paper if you want to, but you don't have to graph these dot dot dot. what you're going to do is just sketch them. Take your piece of paper and lay it landscape and divide it into half landscape wise, and then vertically one, it should be 8 boxes, and you can move them however you want to, make them a little bit more, something like this. There. Vanna, quit distracting people. They're trying to work. Gosh. I think she can just come in here just like her dog and just do whatever she wants to. All right, now on each one of these I want you to draw a graph, an X and a Y axis. As soon as I figure out how to do that, there we go. So you can just draw it from the top of this like that, and since you picked that, oh, I got any money. Well, why don't you tell me these things before we come to the, I don't have any money. I'll have to get you one something in during the break. I can use my card, okay? Copy. Paste. And just do that. Sometimes I hate this program. I'm not even going to try it. It takes that to Congress. All right, the first one right here is going to be called f of x or y is equal to x to the first. So you can put f of x have I not done this already? Try this again. F of x is equal to x to the first, or you could put y is equal to x to the first. I don't care. Now, when y is equal to x to the first plus 6, x plus 5, x minus 2, negative x minus 1/2. What kind of line is it? Straight line. That's right, class. So anytime you have x to the first power as the leading term, meaning the highest exponent, then you have what kind of a function? Linear, which means straight line. This is called family of graphs, or some books call it parent graphs, like your parent graphs. Some people call it family of graphs. These are the basic models for all of your graphs that you're going to see in 102 and 110. What do you mean the basic model? Well, if you buy a Dodge truck, there's the basic model, then there's SL, then there's the SLT, and then there's the SLT Deluxe. I don't even know what it's called. What's the difference between them? Bells and whistles, right? All right. The first one that I said is just a what? Basic model. It's got an engine in it. It's got a rear end. It may have a radio, and it may have air conditioning. That's it. Basic model. These are your basic models. Now, of course, I could say x to the first plus 3, and then it would go up 3. If I could do 2x minus 2, and it'd go down 2, and it'd go up like this because the 2 would make it be more of a steep angle. All right, so the bells and whistles come later, but this is the basic model. F of x is equal to x squared. And what's that called? Parabola. That's what I called it in Dr. Gabati's class, my first day in algebra. I said, that's a parabola. And he goes, I do not understand what you're talking about. Parabola. That's how you say it, not parabola. F of x is equal to x cubed. And I don't know what that's called. I can't remember right offhand what that's called, but it's a odd function. X to the third is odd. And you're going to see a pattern here with the odds and the evens. F of x is equal to x to the fourth. This is called a quartic function. What's the difference in that parabola and this parabola? The base is wider. And you might want to put that. That's the only difference in the even functions. X to the second, x to the fourth, x to the sixth, x to the eighth, the base starts getting wider and wider. F of x is equal to x to the 1/2, or f of x is equal to the square root of x. Both of these are the same. Here's your family of graphs. Now the reason I do absolute vodka and absolute value is both of these are similar, and starts with a what? A V, and what does it look like? Just some little things that you can remember. But that's the 8 parent graphs. Now, from here on out, from here until the end of the semester pretty much, you're going to be working with these graphs. Let me show you how we're going to be working. And go ahead and finish writing it down. And I want you to get out another sheet of paper, preferably graphic paper. And I want you to get straight edge because we're going to actually do some plotting on this one. And this page needs to go with this. Okay? In your notes. Everybody got these down?
No.
Hurry up.
I'm slow, okay?
I'll go up here and read a book right quick.
Go ahead.
Now, this, don't draw this shorter than this one. It's not shorter. It's supposed to go up here, so make sure those are somewhat equal sides. I don't want you to think one side is shorter than the other. It's not. Okay, now the next page, the graph page, I want you to do this. Did you get all of them? Okay. I want you to just think of this as portrait. Okay, I can't turn it portrait, so make yours portrait, lengthwise going up and down. And I want you to draw something like this. Well, hold on a minute. I'm just making sure that's what I want. Okay. All right. I'm trying to do have a little bit better graph up here. But anyway, take my handy dandy vertical line maker. I want you to go from the top of the page to the bottom. I want you to basically draw an X and Y coordinate. An X and Y Cartesian coordinate system. So just divide the page basically into 4 sections. And I want you to number it. Okay, well, you don't have to number it. That's nothing. All right. If you got any colored pencils, pens, crayons, anything like that, that will help also with this little drill we're doing. Tell me when y'all have everything ready. Because I'm going to go to the next page and I'm going to tell you what I want you to do. So you can best do this on a piece of notebook paper to go with the graph. All right, the first one we're going to do in black. Okay? The reason we're going to do it in black and you do it in pencil is because you want to, this is the basic model. I'm going to let y'all do f of x is equal to x squared. And what I want you to do is use your chart plot because that does nonlinear. The chart plot method does any graph. So -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. So go ahead and what's -2 squared? 4 here. What's negative 1 squared? 1, 0, 1, 4. Plot those points, and I want you to do it in black on that graph. I do not want you to do it in one of the corners. I want you to do it. It's going to be a big graph. And if you need to put negative 3 and negative 4, I want you to start 0, 0 right here. Then go 1, 1, 1, 1. I don't want you to draw another graph up. This is the graph right here. So if you need to put some more points in there, do negative 3, negative 4, positive 3, positive 4. Negative 3 will be 9. Negative 4 will be 16. 3 will be 9, and 4 will be 16. That should be enough points. I doubt you'll have 16 on here unless you got very small squares. Now take your straight edge, and I want you to put the dots together. I don't want you to do it in freehand because that's going to mess you up. All right, everybody's got a straight edge. It's called a driver's license. Now, y'all could work with me, okay? Yeah, heaven forbid you follow the law.
Hey, I carry it around and always in my car.
Whatever.
Because it's always in my purse. It goes wherever I go.
Y'all have an evaluation that's been sent to y'all. Session B. Are y'all Session B? Have started the assessment period. Please take a look at courses and let me know if changes are needed. I don't understand. But anyway, you're going to be getting in the near future, you're going to be getting a evaluation for the course. So, be truthful. Just lie when it comes to me, okay? And remember, you're all going to fail. Are we offering Math 110 here in the fall? Am I teaching it? Check it right quick. Huh?
I can't sign up for it until I take this class, so.
Well, I can get you in there. Well, no, you're going to fail.
Me?
Both of them. What? See? You're catching on. See, I just teach this class. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were on. It's me right back. Yeah.
I'm Hubert. Fall classes. I know I've had some questions sent to me, but I'm going to wait maybe tomorrow or the next day to go over them. What is this? This is ridiculous.
What happened?
Just this crap. I mean, it's supposed to be pulling up a. Our computer systems are so screwed up right now. There. Go away.
What time are you teaching in the semester?
Hold on a minute. I'm pulling up my classes in the fall. I'll get to your question in just a minute.
Yeah.
I love when people ask questions while you're fixing to tell them. I just love that.
I wasn't paying no attention. I'm half
Yeah, say it one more time.
I'm not paying no attention.
Exactly.
I'm asleep. I asked because I'm switching my schedule. So I'm thinking right now I'm in a physiology class in the morning. So I'm going to keep
Okay, I'm not listening to you.
Yeah, you never listen.
Yeah.
So you suck.
Y'all just have to wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out sort values. No. There we go. All right. Where is Hubert? That's column G. Yes. I am teaching 110. There you are. So you need to tell your friends to sign up for it. Because you're not going to be able to take it. Because you're going to fail this class. There it is. 9:35. Why? Quit your job. You can't take off for an hour and a half.
I was lucky to get this.
Well, you need to keep going. You don't need to stop.
We'll do it online.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You should do it online. Your class website online. So we can take it.
Well, then you're not going to get my. You're not guaranteed you're going to get me. Let me see online classes.
Oh, you like teaching online.
I can.
I'm not taking online now. I mean, it's not the harder that we do the videos. Well, no. Well,
What?
we would be doing videos.
Yeah, because I'll be doing it for this class right here.
Oh, yeah.
So
So that would
let me write an email and see what she says.
be. The test is open until Monday, correct?
Students. Okay. I put it in. Now, your question. What was it? When am I teaching during the fall? Wow, there it is right there. I was pulling it up. What do you want to take? There it is.
I'll probably try to just do that for
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 preps. Gotta love life. That's the advantage of having it in here instead of on a notebook. I ain't got to carry notebooks around. Okay, y'all good?
Are you doing, second session at the summer, 102?
No, nobody said for me to do it. I mean, is there a 102?
I don't know.
I don't know why. You gonna take it
Just,
again?
no,
Yeah, you got to. You're gonna fail. Yeah.
No, one of my friends had, asked me about it, asked me, because I was telling about our class. So.
Yeah, I don't know if they offering one. I mean, I barely got this one because a lot of enrollment for the summer was down. So while I got this up, I'm going to go ahead and post it on my Facebook. I always do that. What are you talking about? Are you talking about classes?
Yeah. I just have this math class and then math one, Now you don't have everybody.
What?
Everyone's on my list, and I don't think like,
Do y'all understand what she's saying? It's like,
Get to that.
look at there. Salary of retired U.S. presidents. Salary of House and Senate members. Salary of Speaker of the House. Salary of majority and minority leaders. Average soldier for a deployed soldier. Average salary for a deployed soldier. Average income for seniors on Social Security. I want $15 an hour. Which is 30,000 per year. 30,000 per year. Sorry, I had to put my 2 cents worth there. What? You know why you do that?
Why?
Because it gets out more. If you like it, it distributes more.
Oh, I didn't know.
Okay, what do you want? No. All right. So, when you do this, we'll do it in black. 0, 0. 1, 1. 1, 1. 2, 4. 2, 4. 3, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you take your handy dandy straight edge marker. A lot easier when you got a straight edge instead of your hand in the way. And what did we just draw? A parabola. Alright, y'all with me? Okay. Now we're going to go over to the next page. And we're going to do this in another color. Pick your color, I don't care. If y'all have some pens, colored pens or pencils, share it with each other. We'll do this in purple, just a different color. You do whatever. F of x is equal to 4x squared. So again, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And then I want you to plot that in purple or whatever color you're using. And a lot of people just use highlighters and they draw it in pencil and then they just highlight it and do that too. I'm trying to think if I got any colored pencils or not. I have some back there. They got all kinds of things back there. Let's see what you got. I know it's pretty challenging. Ding! Dana's going to pick through them. I know she's going to pick through them and find the right color, aren't you? Y'all get y'all some colors. Y'all want some colors. All right, so -3 squared is what? And what's 9 times 4? -2 squared, 4 times 4? 4, 0, 4, 16, 36. Now we need to graph those. So go to your handy dandy graph paper. -3, 1, 2, 3, and 36. Well, that's 16, so 36 is going to be way up here. I'm just going to put that right there, and that means it's way up there. And 3, 36. And what's the other one? 2, what? -2 and what? 16. And what's the other one? -1 and 4. 0, 0. 1, 4. 2 and 16. And take our handy dandy straight line maker. I'm going to do that a little bit thinner. Here we go. Somebody ascertain what happened to our parabola. It is being squeezed. Okay, now this is important that you understand this. It is being compressed. It is being compressed along the x-axis like this. What is it being done along the y-axis? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you dropped that. I will pick it up for you. It's being what? Well, what's another word for that? Starts with an S. Stretched. Stretched along the y. Now, what's causing that? Somebody tell me what's causing it to do that. The fold. So, we can go to our handy dandy sheet right here. What is A? And it's in the form of these are all going to be in the form of f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. So what is a here? 1. So a is equal to 1. It's basic. That's why I did it in black. Purple, a is greater than 1. What happens? It is compressed along the x-axis, and it's what? Stretched along the what? Y-axis. And both of those basically mean what? It's narrow. Narrower than what? The basic model. Everybody with me? Now, this is not only for parabolas. The next problem I'm going to let y'all do is going to be absolute value, and it's going to do the same thing. Now let's take our handy dandy red marker, or whatever color you want, and do this. And I'm going to use multiples of the denominator. Why? So make it easy. Work that out. Plot it. What are you noticing? Can you slide the card? Let me see. Right there's a pen. You just slide it and then pick what you want. Yeah. Reese's Puffs, something Reese's, something peanut butter and chocolate. I'm a Reese's nut. Anything Reese's. All right. So, -6 squared is what? 36, Hubert. What's half of 36? 18. -4 squared is 16. -2 squared. Y'all check me, make sure I'm right. Dana, check me, make sure I'm right. Where did you get that? Huh? Can't do. Because anytime you square something a negative, it becomes a positive. Come on, Vanna. What's the matter with you? You on drugs or something? Okay. At least she's honest. Alright. So let's take our handy dandy. I don't forgot the numbers. Did y'all write them down? I know one of them is 0, 0. What's the other one? What's 1? Or 2? What's 2?
2,
2,
2.
2? 3? No, 4. What's 4? And what's 6?
18.
And what do you notice about the red parabola? Say again?
Bigger.
Wider.
Water.
Get your adjectives right. Now let's talk about that. Oops. Okay. Let's talk about what it's really doing. It is compressed, or what? What's it doing along the x-axis? It's being stretched on the x-axis. You got to think of like a rubber band, or think of a piece of metal. And what are you doing to that piece of metal compared to the black? What are you doing? You're stretching it. You're widening it. Both of them equals wide, but you're stretching along the x-axis. What are you doing along the y-axis? You're not stretching. You're what? Compressing. Both results in what? Wider than the what? Than the basic model. So, what can we ascertain from this? Well, if A is between 0 and what? 1, meaning a fraction. Did I say fraction over 1 or fraction between 0 and 1? between 0 and 1, then you have a wide parabola. If you need help knowing what fractions are between 0 and 1, your wrench sizes. If you don't know your wrench sizes, that's sad. Wrench sizes. Let's go with the smallest one in a regular set, 3/8, then 7/16, then 1/2, 9/16, 11/16, 5/8, 13/16, 3/4, 7/8, 15/16, and then 1/8. There's some examples of your wrench sizes. In other words, if you have a fraction, a proper fraction, and it's between 0 and 1, all other ones are what? What's 3/2? What kind of fraction is that? No yawning. What's 3/2? You're supposed to answer that. It's a mixed number. It turns into a mixed number, or it's an improper fraction. And it's also over what? 1. So that don't apply. Okay, that's the trick. You got to be careful. If you see, a lot of people see a fraction, if I do f of x is equal to 3/2 x squared, some people go, oh, that's going to be a wide parabola. No, it's not. It's going to be what? It's going to be skinny. Why? Because 3/2 is above 1. See? You got to be careful. So remember your wrench sizes. And I said wrench. Okay? Some of y'all think I said wrench. Okay? Winch sizes would be size 8, 10, 12. I don't even know what a winch is. Isn't that an ancient word for a witch? I don't know. Anyway, so when you have any of these, look here. F of x is equal to 2x squared plus 3x plus 7. You automatically know what? That parabola does what? Huh? It's narrow. See? So when you get into 110 and your calculus, when you see you already know, and so you're going to be able to do all kinds of stuff with this in a matter of seconds when I get through with it. Okay? What if I have f of x is equal to 1/2 x squared minus 3x plus 2? That parabola is going to be what? It's going to be wider. And if I give you this, face it. You see? All right, now, let's do something else different. Let's go back to our handy dandy. And I'm going to take our handy dandy reducer, and we're going to reduce that down to there. And I'm going to pick another color. Magenta. You pick whatever color you want. And I want you to do f of x is equal to negative 4x squared. Negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 squared is 16. 16 times 4 is what, 64? Be a negative 64, right? And negative 3 squared is 9. What is that, negative 36? Y'all help me out. 4 times 4 is negative 16. -4, 0, -4, -16, -36, and -64. Does this look familiar? Looks like this, only what? The y's are now what, Vanna? Negative. So that means, go back to our handy dandy graph, and I'm going to see if this will work. I'm going to take our 4x squared. Really? That irritates me. I'm just going to do the black line too. See it? Let's see. Okay, what I wanted to do, I was going to rotate it like this and move it, but it's not going to let me because it won't let me. Anyway, the purple line, the purple parabola is basically going to be the same as the magenta, only the magenta is going to what? It's going to be opening downward. So, since I can't move it, which that's what you want to be able to do, is move the parabola, but, you know, hold on a minute. The whole thing. No, it's not going to do it. You know, the whole purpose for having this technology. Okay, I'm going to do that. Copy and paste and rotate. I can't win, people. I mean, I just can't win. Just forget it. All right, so what are my numbers? We're going to do this in magenta. 0, 0. And 1, 4. Right? 1, 4. What's 2? 2 is 16, thank you. -2, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close enough for government work. That's good. I'm not going that far now. Thank you, though. I appreciate your input. Now, it's important that you understand the terminology here. You don't say pointing downward. Some math teachers will have like cows if you do that, okay? So just take my word for it. All right. So, what is this guy doing? Well, A is less than what? 0. Meaning that it's a what? A negative. And when you have a negative in front of your function, that usually means it's going in the opposite what? Direction, Hubert. Thank you, class. Appreciate the input. So, is there any difference mathematically, or not mathematically, but is there any difference as far as the function of 4x and -4x? The mechanics are what? The same. The mechanics are the same. The only difference is one is going up, opening upward, and the other one is what? Opening downward. And you need to write it like that. Opens down. That's how you say it, or opening downward. The blue one, or the purple one, is opening what? Opening upward. Do not say pointing upward, because actually, which one is pointing upward? the negative 4x squared. That's pointing upward. So be careful. So, we go back to our handy dandy two-jigger here. Move it over, and we can say when A is negative, then we have basically opposite what? Direction. All right. Well, what else can you show us, Hubert? Well, let's look at this. I'm going to take another color. Let's do brown. F of x is equal to, let's do 4x squared. 4x squared, no, let me back it. 4 parentheses x plus 3 quantity squared. Do that. And this is in the what family? This is squared family, so it's going to be a parabola. But something else is happening. What, Walt? Don't you have your phone that you can be playing games and stuff on? Well, we need to get some. What do you need? Got this. What's on your math cards? So we take our brown marker. I'm just going to pick a few points. I'm not going to do the ones we've been doing because it's getting a little bit cumbersome. I'm just going to pick -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. What's -2 plus 3? 1, Hubert. That's right, class. And 1 squared is 1, Hubert. Thank you, class. And 1 times 4 is, thank you. I was hoping I'd get at least that one, which I got that's all I got. I didn't hear any enunciation. -1 plus 3 is 2 squared is 4 times 4. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 squared is 9 times 4 is 1 plus 3 is 4 squared is 16. 16 times 4 is, I'm not going to do 2 because it's going to be too big. So what we need to do is do a -3 and a -4 so we can get a good side, because I don't have any matching numbers yet. So -3, -4, -3 will give us 0, right? Yeah. So 0, -3 is 4 times 0 is 0. So there's our turning point right there, 3, 0. -4 plus 1 is -1 squared is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, we got a same number right here, so that means There's the vertex right here. So, and y'all write those down because I'm not going to be able to remember them. And I threw in -3. -3 came out to be what, 0? And -3. So I threw those two in there. All right. So let's go back to our, y'all got them written down? Let's go back to our graph. And we're going to do this in brown. What's our first point? Was it -4 and what? 4? All right, so I'm going to, hold on a minute. Let me erase all this because it's getting a little bit. All right, so take my brown marker, -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, that just ain't worth 2 cents. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what's -3? -3 is 0, right? And what's -2? 4. So there's my parabola right here. Okay, somebody do -5. What's -5? -5 plus, y'all gonna have to help me out. I don't know what the real function is. Plug in -5. What do you get? Huh?
16.
Okay, so that'll be up here. -5 and 16 right here. And that'll be 3. Is 3 16 also? Should be. I'm sorry. Hold on. -2. -2 should be 16. Somebody check it. Yeah, I'm sorry. -1. These lines start to run together after a while. All right, so I take my brown marker. Okay, somebody tell me which one it looks like. Which one does the brown one look like? Which of our previous parabolas does the brown one look like? Well, what does that represent on yours? 4x squared? 4x squared. Well, why is that, Hubert? Well, look. I'm going to show you. Oops. Look at here. Take my handy dandy. What is A? 4. And this is what? Squared. And this whole area right here is one big X. 4x squared. So it's going to look like 4x squared. But what's the 3? Well, look back at your graph. What is the difference between 4x squared and the brown one? Which way? To the left. How many places?
3.
Let's look at the function. Okay, so I'm going to take my highlighter and we're going to highlight this yellow, and I'm going to highlight this right here, and I need you to highlight it too, because that is the difference between the 4x squared that we did at the beginning and the brown 4 times x plus 3 quantity squared. Now, what is this called? Well, is it inside the function? Yes, it is not outside the parentheses. If it is attached to the x, If the variable is attached, the number is attached to the x with a plus or a negative, then that means it is the horizontal what? Shift. Thank you, class. Horizontal shift. If it's positive, it's going to go to the left. If it's negative, it's going to go to the right. This is the only time in math that it's opposite. The reason is, if there is a way you can put it and it'll be positives to the right and negative, but it'll confuse you if I put it in that form, so I'm not going to do it. Okay? So, everybody with me? What is this? Well, this is A times X plus H. This is H. H stands for horizontal shift. Now, there's only one more I need to show you. And then we're going to get into the fun stuff. Stuff that you're going to see like forever. And we'll color this. What time is that? 11:21. I got 9 minutes, right? All right. Let's do this in light blue. I know you're not going to be able to see it very much. But f of x is equal to 4 times x plus 3 quantity squared minus 7. Okay, to make a long story short, you don't have to draw it, but go ahead and take your time. But what this is this the same as the brown? Yes. But what is this? Well, if this is the horizontal shift, what do you think this is? Vertical shift. And this is K. K is your vertical shift. And of course, it's normal. If it's positive, that means what? Up. If it's negative, it means down. So what can you do with your brown graph? Instead of doing the calculate and plot the points, what can you do with the brown graph? Move it what? Move it down 7 places. So here's the brown graph. Of course, I was hoping I could. I might be able to do that. Copy. Paste. Pretty good. This is what I want right here, but it won't. Let's hope this. Anyway, I'm going to take my blue marker and I'm just going to do the same ones, except I'm going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's my 0, 0, or at that point. And then up 1, up 4, I mean over 1, over 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think you said 2 was what? Was 16. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then so the only difference between the brown and the blue is what? Vertical shift of what? 7 down. Now, let me show you what we're going to next. Because now you understand this right here. You understand if I was to give you this. f of x is equal to negative 1/2 x plus 3 quantity squared minus 4. All right, tell me about this. Tell me what it looks like compared to the black parabola, the basic parabola. What is it? Tell me the 4 or 5 things. You ain't got to plot anything. Just tell me what it's doing. What? Y. Good. That's number 1. Well, it's not number 1. It could be number 4. It depends on what you do. It's Y. Because of the what? Because of the 1/2. What else?
Do the right 3 spaces.
Remember, horizontal shift is opposite. So positive 3 is to the left. So 2 left 3 because of the positive 3. What else? Down 4. Down 4 because of the negative 4. What else? Opposite direction. Opening down. Because of the negative. And see, now you can tell all that without even plotting anything. And you can do it with absolute value too. Let me show you. I can take the same problem, f of x is equal to negative 1/2 absolute value, x plus 3 plus absolute value minus 4. Is that the same thing as this? Yes. Except instead of a u, it's going to be a what? Absolute value, absolute vodka. It's going to be a v. Now, there's only one other problem. You're not going to be given in this way. It's not going to be given to you this way. Now, while you're learning, it is. But how do you see quadratics 90% of the time? What does it look like? How do you get from there to there? That's what we're going to be working on for the next week, probably. Or not the next week, the next couple of days. It's called completing the square. And remember me telling you that factoring and the shortcuts, multiplying and factoring with the shortcuts was almost like playing a musical instrument? Well, this is another musical instrument. You do it 3 times, you're going to fail the test. If you do it 5,000 times, you might make a good grade on the test. Okay, so we're going to really work on completing the square, because when you get to my 110 and I start with completing the square, half the class is going to go, what's that? And then y'all are going to say, oh, that's what he said we were going to be doing. Okay? Now, let's see where y'all are right now as far as homework. I think we just, but I want to see what's after this section so I can tell you how far we've gone. All right, here is 462, functions and graphs. We just talked about that. 7.4, what is 7.4? 7.4, algebra of functions. Oh my, look at there. The sum, the difference, the product, the quotient. Have we talked about that? Yes, that's the pre-algebra. You just got to hold your pinky up. Look at there. We've already talked about that. So you're good on that. And I know that we're going to have to go send in the questions. Keep sending them. I want to look and see where we are as far as the homework. Okay, let's see. Does it go to 7.5, Ms. Turner? And that's it? This should be compositions. No? All right. We ain't going to. Okay. 7.5 is the only one that you should not be working on right now. Okay? So let me call the roll. And y'all can skedaddle.